Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, New South Wales is on high alert as COVID cases start to spread further outside the northern beaches. There are 18 new cases in total. 9 are linked to the Avalon cluster and are already in isolation. 6 are part of this new Croydon cluster with no idea yet how they were infected, and 3 cases remain under investigation.
It comes as rules are tightened further ahead of tonight's New Year's Eve celebrations. Household gatherings have been reduced to 5 people in Greater Sydney, Wollongong, the Central Coast and the Blue Mountains, where a new case has been recorded in Katoomba, while outdoor gatherings are limited to 30 people. Visits to aged care facilities have also been banned until January 6.
And the threat is no longer just limited to New South Wales, with Victoria recording 3 new cases. They're now under investigation in Mentone, Mitcham and Hallam. For more, we're joined by infectious diseases expert Professor Robert Booy. Professor, good to see you again. All cases in this new Croydon cluster come from one extended family who are now in isolation, we understand, but already 34 close contacts have been identified. Is this the time that locals should be getting a little bit nervous?
I think so. We need to pay more attention. It's easy to get complacent at Christmas and New Year. It's time to pay the best attention we possibly can and always carry a mask. And if you're coming to a place where there's any crowding, get that mask on or avoid that place.
It's fantastic to see already in 5 o'clock this morning in Sydney's inner west. We're seeing lots of people turning out to get tested. That's close to where these new cases are. There are another 3 cases under investigation across the state. Venues now spread to the Blue Mountains, Wollongong. How likely is it that they could lead to more mass clusters?
Not only them, but there could also be hidden transmission chains that we haven't even detected, because some people are asymptomatic, especially young people. So there is a real concern right now. The New South Wales Public Health are working very hard on contact tracing. They're doing a good job, but they're under quite a bit of stress.
And Robert, restrictions have been tightened up for New Year's celebrations. Is that the right thing to do?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in Kirribilli. There's no alcohol. There's no large groups. The crowds on the foreshore have been stopped. I think we need to do the right thing. And even if you only have 5 people visiting you, keep it shorter. Have less alcohol. No hugging and kissing. There's all sorts of extra things which will work that you can do.
What about these cases in Victoria? 3 new cases detected there outside of hotel quarantine. Really disappointing news for all the Victorians who've sustained such a long lockdown this year. They're being investigated if they're linked to New South Wales. What's the warning to residents there, and what does it tell us about community spread in Victoria right now?
Well, the community spread will be low. I'm not too concerned that the Victorians won't be able to get on top of it quickly. What it says, though, is that all of us, whatever part of Australia we're in, need to maintain the caution of distance, of hand washing, using both soap and sanitizer, keeping the best distance that you possibly can. You know, I go to a bookshop and people reach across me and I just walked away. I mean, you really have to respect other people and show them the distance that they deserve.
Robert, can I just quickly get your thoughts on this? The SCG test was locked in yesterday. This morning, there's a lot of debate about whether it should go ahead and whether there should be a crowd there. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the authorities in the health department have got information that the rest of us don't have. They still think it's safe. What you could do to make it safer, if you'd want to have crowds, is halve them again, because by halving it down to 10,000, you could reduce the risk of transmission at least 5-fold, because it goes through a 3D sphere of. So I think it's possible if we also have people wearing masks, a combination of all those, and saying, look, don't shout and sing. It's going to be hard to encourage people not to, but I still think it might be possible. All
right, Professor Robert Booy, thank you so much for your time today and throughout the year as well. Have a happy new year, and no doubt we'll see you in 2021.
Thank you.
And as the Professor was saying there, even though masks aren't mandatory in New South Wales, show the initiative. Just you know, wear them yourself if you can. I went to a shop yesterday. They had the Service New South Wales QR codes. Most people were wearing masks. That's outside the northern beaches. So it is good to see most people doing the right thing.
And we're becoming used to it, aren't we? You go to somewhere, you scan before you go in, you wait till you're cleared and you've got the green tick, and then you go in. It's getting easy. We're getting more used to it. We've got to do it.
After a whole year, we are getting used to it.